Pokémon Scarlet and Violet NPC quotes. Do you ever talk to random NPCs in games just to see if they say anything interesting? Pokémon Scarlet and Violet has a nice variety of unique trainers of all ages and backgrounds. This video will cover some NPC quotes that you can find in the game. Speaking of trainers with a wide range of age groups, this quote saying, "No matter how old you get, having new life experiences is always a treasure," is a nice nod to the addition of more middle-aged and elderly trainers. Another quote with the same sentiment is, "The only way to win in life is to enjoy it. It's a waste to think that you should or shouldn't do something simply because of your age." I think this quote is quite agreeable and hard to fault. Like, I know of a kid that wanted to learn how to play the violin, but they thought they were too old as a 14-year-old. They thought, oh, they should have started when they were 5 years old. Man, you think you're old at 14? Wait till you're like 25 years old. Then you realize, bro, you were super young. And even then, when you're older, like starting something in your 40s and 60s and so on, your age shouldn't stop you from achieving your goals. Just do it.
Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true! Do it!
I hate running into people I know when I'm out and about. It's weird, I know. Sounds like social anxiety. This NPC talks about how flat paths are so boring. Just like life, you gotta have peaks and valleys. You and I have both walked the same distance, and yet I still lost to you. I suppose that the paths you've chosen must have been richer in what they've offered. Look, it was just a Pokemon battle, don't get so hung up over it. I thought I might have finally found the greatest view of all here, but it seems I was wrong. I think there are still greater sights to aspire to. These quotes for the most part feel kind of relatable and non-offensive. Like this one, "Sandwiches you make together taste even better when you eat them together." It's nice when you have friends to lean on and to spend time with. Whether with Pokemon or with gardening, you end up asking yourself, what should I raise next? I find that they tend to repeat these NPC quotes across the different Pokemon games. They just use different words to express the same sentiment. Your Pokemon are super neat. If they ever make figures of them, you bet I'll collect the whole set. A super strong girl asked me to battle. I lost before I could even blink. A great drawing or painting can show off some amazing techniques that no photo could, and vice versa, a great photo can do things a drawing or painting can't. Cool, blimey, that was a smashing maneuver. Good show, chaps. There are more books than I can read in a lifetime. Boy, am I ever glad I came to this school. I love reading. It's a skill that helps you acquire more skills and knowledge. Learning is fun no matter how old you get. It's never too late to learn something new. This one's also another agreeable quote. I mean, you don't stop learning unless you're not alive anymore. I feel like I get more done if I study in a classroom rather than in my dorm room. Mileage may vary. If you are in your dorm room partying hard all night and studying hard, you'll probably be fine. It's more nerve-wracking waiting for test results than it is actually taking the test. Yeah, when you're in university, you get anxiety when you see that your grade has been posted and when you check your bank account. I'm not a huge fan of shopping online. Nothing beats being able to see the product firsthand. I don't know about this quote. My hobby is obsessively checking the mailbox every day to see if my online packages have arrived. Dragons may be slow to grow, but if you put the time into raising one, they're fearsomely strong. Their design philosophy for dragon Pokemon is always pretty much late bloomers that need a lot of care to realize their potential. Nowadays, you can do everything online. It's a new age of remote learning. I like this one because we really do have a lot more resources available compared to before if you want to learn something. Did you know? When you look into a Pokemon's eyes, you can tell what it's thinking. A little bit similar to the adage, the eyes are the windows to the soul. What if they don't have eyes? What if you can't look into their eyes? Then you can't tell what it's thinking. There sure are a lot of Pokemon running free around campus, just like these ones here. They always seem to show up at meal times. Hey, even Pokemon gotta eat to survive. Maybe they'll even pay rent. Don't forget to cherish all the people who support you. This one sounds obvious, but there's a lot that we take for granted. You don't realize what you have until you don't have it anymore. This NPC says, "I gave the battle everything that I had in me. I have no regrets." It's a nice one because if you give it your all, then you can rest easy knowing that you tried your best. If you hold back, It hurts knowing that you could have done better. If you love me, let me go. That's what I told my parents, and now I'm here on my own journey. After you battle her, she says, it's only when you leave home that you really start to appreciate your family. Ironic, huh? This quote has nothing to do with Pokemon, they're just becoming meta. I guess that's why I can't sell my CDs. Everyone has some kind of subscription service. All this nature out here is waiting behind a bustling modern city. It makes my hiker's heart so happy. Some NPC quotes are more on the filler side. Wait, isn't that the mysterious UFO? Like the one in the movies? This quote references Pokestar Studios from Pokemon Black and White 2. I liked that they acknowledged my favorite side game in the entire Pokemon franchise. Sentimental sappy quote stating, the time I spent here in Kitakami, I think I'll remember it my whole life, even as an adult. Another sentimental quote is that I want to travel all over the place and take lots of photos while I'm still young. When I'm a little old grandma, I'll look through them all and remember the good old days. For me, taking photos and making videos is enjoyable because it's creating a permanent record of time and space. Human memory is extremely unreliable. We forget important details. We fabricate memories and convince ourselves that they're true. What we do remember is distorted to conform to our biases. On a similar vein, here's a paragraph I wrote for one of my assignments in university, comparing memory in devices like computer memory to human memory. Artificial devices like an MP4 file in a mass storage USB drive differs from human memory in which the memory has precise accuracy and you watch it exactly like it was recorded. It has discernible properties like frame rate, 30 frames per second, audio bitrate, 320 kilobytes per second, file size, 40 megabytes, exact length, 5 minutes and 27 minutes, etc. for a video memory file. In contrast, human memory is very unreliable without the quantitative detail and the perfect clarity of artificial devices. When we remember something, we are really remembering the last time we remembered the memory. At first it's still clear, but with every remembrance, minute details will be gone, altered, and be completely changed because memory is actively reconstructive. Human memory revisited too often becomes an embellished story that replaces the raw memory, changing to reflect differing attitudes, perceptions, or subsequent knowledge. Video films preserve and record memories without changing the content itself, no matter how many times you replay it or how much time passes by. Human memories can slip away with time, but photographs and videos? They're permanent. Children are just bursting with potential. Meanwhile, I feel like my bubble's burst. This quote stands out for being pessimistic. If you feel like your bubble's burst, you gotta keep trying even when it's hard. If life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Think positive, you know? No matter the reason, kids like you should stay out of mines. You're a miner, not a miner. This quote makes me think of that Minecraft meme, the children yearn for the mines. I just wonder what on earth were the developers thinking putting this quote in a Pokemon game. Defeat doesn't taste so bad once you get used to it. An acquired taste, I suppose. I don't know, it's not a nice feeling to be constantly taking L's. Having greenery around the city is good for our well-being. Sure helps me feel less stressed. This quote is intriguing to me because it reminds me of an assignment I did relating to the ecosystem services provided by urban street trees. A few advantages include climate regulation, air quality regulation, and aesthetics. One study suggests that a high density of street trees near the house may reduce the risk of depression via the unintentional daily contact to nature. It gave me a new perspective walking around the neighborhood and noticing all the street trees which I didn't notice before but took for granted. Food always tastes better up in the mountains, doesn't it? I guess exhaustion is the best spice. I do feel like most quotes are quite self-explanatory, like, yeah, anything would taste good when you're hungry and in need of sustenance. Sure, big cities are fun to go visit, but plain little towns like this have their own charm. Thank you for watching.